So we might lose someone else. And no, it's still not Lou. It's still not Lou. Guys, when I tell you Lou is never going to leave us, I'm telling you he's never going to leave us. No, Dan Pitcher is now getting an interview for the Saints offensive coordinator job. So with us potentially losing Brian Callahan, right now it looks like Carolina might be a landing spot for Brian Callahan. It's kind of ironic because I actually called that going into this process because I still believe, and full-hearted believe, by the way, that we're going to see Tyler Boyd go to Carolina, Hayden Hurst is in Carolina, maybe DJ Reader goes to Carolina, and they all follow Brian Callahan down there. And in retrospect, Carolina becomes the Cincinnati Panthers. Or Carolina Bengals. That's what I kind of feel like. Nonetheless, though, Dan Pitcher did get this spot. New Orleans Saints put in a request to interview Cincinnati Bengals quarterback coach Dan Pitcher for the team's offensive coordinator job. The Times confirmed on Wednesday. Now, this is not really surprising, mainly because of the fact that last year, Dan Pitcher almost got a job opportunity with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as their offensive coordinator. So this is kind of right in the same realm of possibilities that could happen. And we knew going into this offseason, it's very possible that we could lose Dan. Oh, my bad. Wait, hang on. Was it the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or was it the... It doesn't say this article. I believe it was Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He had a chance to go be the OC last year, and he ended up saying with us instead because they went with somebody else. Anyway, though, as I was saying, though, this is not surprising. We knew going into this offseason there was a chance we were going to lose Lou, lose, Dan Pitcher, lose Brian Callahan. And if this does happen, right, we do lose, obviously we're going to keep Lou. But if we do lose Brian Callahan and Dan Pitcher, this is more reasons why we probably should figure something out and try to get Eric Bieniemy in here. He played for us for a little bit of time. He's a little bit of a chippy head. Offense coordinator, a little bit more of a, hot head type of guy, I would say. But listen, potentially it could work out for us and we can get ourselves a pretty damn good offense coordinator. And if we do not, or if we're not able to keep Dan Pitcher, not able to keep Brian Callahan, we're going to go elsewhere. And we actually might be able to bring in a really good option for us. So sometimes when it rains, it pours, as they would say, right? This might be good in the long run. We'll have to wait and see. And again, in the end, is it good in the long run for Dan Pitcher? Most likely, because he's going to be getting, I don't want to say, he's probably not going to be getting any more money than he would be staying here, rather than going over to New Orleans Saints here. I just like the opportunity of someone new, see if we can get someone, actually has a lot of experience in the NFL as being an OC, maybe bring some new life to this offense. Right now, we're kind of getting complacent with the same old, and I think it would be nice to move in a different direction. But again, listen, if Dan Pitcher doesn't get this job and he stays at OC, I have no problem at all with that. I love Dan Pitcher. I think he's a great OC. He could be a great OC. But I think right now, with our Super Bowl team we have, it would be nice to have someone with more experience. But you know what? Dan has earned the job if he does in fact, get the opportunity. We'll have to wait and see, though, at this moment in time. Again, keep in mind, he just has been requested. Doesn't mean that the interview is actually going to be accepted, or let alone they're going to go with the interview. But we might actually see this happen. We might see this happen across the league with a couple other teams, too. Keep in mind, again, Dan Pitcher was a hot commodity last year in the offseason. So it's not like this is going to be just one team, potentially. There might be multiple teams. Dan Pitcher served as a scouting assistant and pro scout for the Indianapolis Colts from 2012 to 2013, after getting his first coaching job as a wide receiver coach at Sunny Cortland in 2012. He obviously has worked very close with Joe Burrow, very close with Jake Browning. Both of those guys very successful in the NFL. So his track record shows that, he knows what he's doing. And you got a team like the Saints who are coming off of a almost playoff run, very close to a playoff run, who just wants that extra oomph on offense, and Dan Pitcher might be that guy. So in the end, again, like I said, there's a lot of guys available. That's what I will say when it comes down to this, right? There's a lot of options available. So if we do lose Dan Pitcher, we lose Brian Callahan, there's a lot of options we could go with. So we'll have to wait and see what ends up happening, but I'll see you guys next one. Peace.